Okay, today we're going to have a look at the Curlewis Street Cycleway and see how much progress they've made. Starting in Bondi at the beach, and I'm going to take life into my own hands and go around this roundabout, big signal. Ride down some token green paint. Not that that's going to change, it's all right. On my left are a couple of fellows on line bikes with jackets to say, I'll just pull over here, with jackets to say Lime Parking Patrol. How about that? Looks like they're going to jump in front of me. I'm going to ask them a question. Okay, we have arrived at Curlewis Street. Excuse me, sir, what's your job?
We are tidying and doing a proper parking of the bikes.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, mostly of our job is that.
Okay, well, I'm going to go now. I have a green light. See ya! Here is a problem. How do you get into this cycleway? I guess you wait for the green light over there and go that way. All right, we are now on the Curlewis Street Cycleway in Bondi at the beach. This has been around for a while. Embarrassingly, I have not come across it in my travels. Policeman. Wow. There are a lot of crossings here, but it's quite fine. At least they've done the City of Sydney system with green for traffic merging and footpaths, just to highlight it rather than painting the whole track green. I'm glad they're telling me to go slow because that's how I like to ride. All right. Now, for some reason, I've come up here just a bit before. We're switching sides, so I guess we're going to do one of those wonderful diagonal things. I'm going to go over here to the left. One of those diagonal crossings. There's one or two in the city. And that will get us to this side of the street where the cycleway continues. So this is pretty bumpy, and it has the concrete that they used, the concrete system they used to use for trams. I presume there's a tram here. Oh, look at this guy pulling up the concrete. Wow. Pulling up the pavement as well. Wow. I wonder if the Cycleway might even go right over on the edge. I'm not sure. Certainly a lot of orange things. If you actually know what this is doing, make a comment below. So, this is where the mayhem starts. You've got a beautiful cycleway, it gets to here, and then it probably passes from local government to state roads, and it's such a big crossing that it's probably in the too hard basket. And then we move into the Glenayr Council, who always drag their heels on O'Sullivan Road. But if Glenayr Council can get O'Sullivan Road right, look, we have people trying to use this. They're using the line bikes even more, but they have to go through this, very unfriendly infrastructure. But, whoops, I thought the push button would be on the other side. Right, so just like in the video going the other way, they need to add the bicycle light lantern to the infrastructure. And going this way is going to be complicated, and it probably would have been easy to use the road if I knew which lane to get into. That guy down there is working out his own little system. He has now worked out a way to go over there. Look at that. Because there are going to be so many line bikers in this area, because they're all tourists, we need to make this infrastructure really simple and safe. They're off. Unfortunately, that's it. And he goes to there, and there was a car coming too. Ridiculous. No way I wouldn't do that on the road. Oh, golly. Impossible. Would have been easier to use the crossing on the far side of the road. This intersection has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roads, and they're all double lane. Hey, now I can get an illegal crossing. And then, of course, we get the cars coming fast around the corner, and we are on to O'Sullivan Road, and over on the right there is a sort of a cyclable path, but it's about a metre wide, and it's pretty bumpy. So you tell me, do you want your Norwegian tourist to ride down here, down the middle of the road? Because he's going to come this way, because his line bike app will tell him to go this way. And for the ordinary Bondi resident, riding their bike this way towards Rose Bay will get them a 13-minute ferry to the city. Or they could catch a bus up to Bondi Junction, bounce down Oxford Street, bounce into the city and spend about 45 minutes wasted of your life. I know which one I'd rather do. Stop recording. Start recording. So here we are on O'Sullivan Road, and we're going to try to get through to Curlewis Street, which will have a cycleway about 100 metres from here in a time frame I'm not quite sure of, but it's reasonably soon. This crossing is just wild. The best way to get there, if you're a cyclist, would be to go on the road, but I'm going to pretend that I'm an ordinary cyclist and I wouldn't want to do that, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and use the crossing over here. There you go. This crossing really needs one of those dual lights, which has a cyclist and a human on it. Okay, now I'm join this little green thing. Now I've got to get to the right here, so obviously not particularly great, but the traffic has stopped, so sort of. I'm going to go here and look at that. I am on Curlewis Street. Car passing close. Yeah, it all comes down. What it looks like they're building it now. Just this section, and the whole thing will connect to O'Sullivan Road. Getting ready to pour concrete. Well, a little bit of it. So we are now riding down Curlewis towards the beach. You can see on the right where the cycleway is going to go. At the moment it's providing adequate parking for locals. Let's not go there. An interesting crossing at Crystal's Car Wash. Unfortunately, these cycleway projects come with a lot of civil engineering, drains, things like that, underwater, underground electrics, gas, blah, blah, blah. Okay, looks like we can go in a minute. So the cycleway, it sits on this side of the road. And it looks like I can ride up it. It looks like it's been here a while, so not well done me for not knowing. Looks really nice. So if you want my opinion, if they manage to get O'Sullivan Street sorted out, make it rideable, you could put 1,000 line bikes in Bondi and they would all end up at the ferry every morning. Oh, there'd be a few people just taking their own bikes. And then in the evening, they'd all come back down the cycleways. That is particularly nice. Can't wait till it's all finished, even if it's only finished to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 ways, I guess it is. Right turn from left only, bicycles only. Right turn from left. I don't know if I understand that, but okay. So we have arrived at Bondi Beach, and we've even got a little right-hand turner down here at the edge of the beach. I have a green cycle, so I can cross here and I can do a hook turn by staying in this box. I'll wait for the green light. And we're off. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at Bondi Beach, home of a very lovely looking Christmas tree. Let's roll down to South Bondi and check out the icebergs.